So another thing that you want to keep in mind is that different niches and different topics have different CPMs. So you probably hear a lot of people talk about CPM, but you probably don't really know or understand it. So basically it's called cost per mile. It's basically the cost per 1,000 views. So it's basically how much a company is willing to pay, how much they're going to be charged to put an ad for 1,000 views on a certain, keyword or video or channel, okay? So basically what it comes down to is companies compete and bid to get ads on certain keywords. So if I run an ad, say for instance with my Buy 9 to 5 channel, I'm gonna have to basically bid with other people if I want my keyword to be make money online, or if I want my keyword to be make money on YouTube without making videos. If I want my ad to be shown on one of those videos, basically I'm bidding with other people or companies who want their ad shown on that same video or that same keyword. You see what I mean? Videos that have that same keyword. So that's basically all it is how much it's going to cost companies basically to put ads on. So obviously certain niches have different higher CPMs, and if your channel has a higher CPM, that basically means if companies are paying more money to put ads on your video because of the keywords that you have and the things you talk about in your channel, that just means you make more money. So basically, for instance, make money online, it's a really high paying niche. I'm going to give you some more examples of high paying CPMs, but it's a high paying CPM because a lot of companies and people want to put ads on make money online videos, right? So naturally you get paid more money per ads because each ad is worth more because they paid more money to get it on there. So you get a higher cut of that 55% that I talked about earlier that YouTube gives you. So you just get paid more basically. The CPM just means you get paid more because of the content on your channel. And so companies will also pay more to get ads on channels that get a lot of views. So just because your niche or your topic or the things you talk about on your channel or show on your channel don't necessarily get high amounts of CPM, they will start getting high CPM as your channel grows. So if you get your channel up to 500,000 subs, million, and you're getting, millions of views on your videos, hundreds of thousands of views on your videos, your CPM is going to start rising just based on the fact that more eyeballs are getting on your channel. And as more eyeballs get on your channel, companies are willing to pay more to get ads on your specific channel. So like PewDiePie, for instance, obviously he gets tons and tons and tons of views, right? So obviously companies are more willing to put ads on PewDiePie, even though he does mostly video game, videos, right? So he does mostly video game videos, and CPM on video games is usually on the lower side, but not for PewDiePie because his channel is huge. So companies are willing to pay more to put ads on it. So that's not the only thing to keep in mind. And the other thing to keep in mind is don't choose a niche just based on having a high CPM because, first of all, if you're not interested in it and you're just doing it for the high CPM, you might not be wanting to do that for, very long before you get bored or whatever. And also, there are other niches that get tons and tons of views, right? So some niches get more views than others, right? And they're easier to get views on. And then some niches have higher CPM. So if you're able to get tons and tons and tons of views, it's going to counteract that lower CPM that you might have on a niche. So something to keep in mind when doing your niches. So if you're kind of comparing between the two, this might be kind of the last thing you want to look at. And I'll show you how to look at it in depth as well. So now we're going to go in and take a look at some ways that you can look at CPM for certain keywords and niches. So if you go and type in Google Keyword Planner Tool, it's right here, and I'll actually link it as well. Then you have to create an account, or if you sign in with your Google account or whatever. Then you go into Discover New Keywords right here, okay? So once you do that, you can start typing in keywords. So if we type in gardening right here, and you type in get results, so this gives you an idea of how much ads cost, okay? So, and then other keyword ideas within that, right, that might make more money. But keep in mind here that this is not like your CPM. So you wouldn't get $4 per 1,000 views or, $2 per 1,000 views. That's not what this is. It's just giving you an idea of how much the ads cost. So you can compare it with other things. So, and then on top of that, if you click this arrow right down here to the bottom right, you will see tons of other examples of keywords. So that just keeps on going on. Then you can also filter. Okay, so this is a big one right here, and this will be when you're doing your topics as well, when we do topic research. But right here, if you click that filter, Miracle-Gro Soil right here, $1,000. So, okay, now you know they pay a lot in ads for Miracle-Gro Soil. So if you make a video on Miracle-Gro Soil, which in order for them to get the idea of, you know, what videos they're going to place it on, it basically comes down to what we're going to talk about later, which is putting it in the titles and in the descriptions and the tags, right? So basically that's how YouTube knows, you know, what videos are actually talking about Miracle-Gro Soil. Well, because it's in your tags and it's in your title. So if your title and your tag are Miracle-Gro Soil, then they know that's a video that talks about Miracle-Gro Soil. Then you're going to get, you know, these companies competing for Miracle-Gro Soil to get ads on that video that is about Miracle-Gro Soil. So now you know some of the big, and so this will give you an idea of, you know, what sort of topics inside of gardening have the highest CPM. So this will give you ideas. Maybe I should make a video if I have a gardening channel about Miracle-Gro Soil, right? Or Miracle-Gro feeder or rakes. Rakes would be another, you know, top 10 rakes, right? You know that, so sometimes you can make videos based on what topics actually have the highest CPMs, right? So anyway, this gives you an idea of the niches. So, you know, you could go in and type in something like basketball, and then you can just see what's out there. So if one of your niches that you enjoy is basketball, then you can start looking. So basketball itself is pretty low, right? So gardening was higher than basketball, probably because there's, you know, just basketball alone, you know, is not really something that they're going to advertise on as much as gardening, because there's so many different like products inside of gardening, right? But then you can also once again filter to some of the top ones inside of basketball. So like LeBron James is one of the higher ones, right? NBA betting, right? Because now there's something they're able to sell based on that, right? But, you know, so obviously when you think about basketball, you think about Nike. So that one, and so once again, you can just do this all day and compare like what sort of keywords inside my niches, you know, might be higher paying CPM. So Air Precision 2 from Nike is, you know, but then you also have to look at the low range as well. So, you know, which one's the highest in the low range, right? So you want to look at those things as well, because the ad's probably going to be somewhere in the middle of those two. But this at least starts giving you some things that you can look at and think about, you know, what niches actually are going to, you know, comparatively maybe have higher niches than others. I'm also going to give you a list of which channels actually have higher CPMs and are known to have higher CPMs. But this is just an extra step that you can take if you want to know an idea of, you know, comparatively. So again, this isn't going to tell you how much money you're going to get paid per, you know, view or anything like that, but it's going to let you compare one CPM versus another. So we know that gardening pretty much as a whole has a higher CPM than basketball because it was showing higher numbers. Inside of there's some massive ones in gardening and then some pretty high ones in basketball, right? So you can just kind of look at that as a comparison to help get an idea of CPMs.